good afternoon. This is Tante Africa Talk Show with your host Patricia, aka Tatawake No. Today is another day. We are having a great story to encourage you, to inspire you, and to let you know whatever is happening in your life, somebody else may have gone through it, so you're not alone. I have my guest here. She's going to introduce herself, and so be our guest as you hear the story, the struggles that we went through with my dear friend, Lina. Hi, my dear.
How are you, Patricia?
Thank you so much for giving me this chance, and I feel honored. We know our story is very similar to one another, and that's why I would like you to take this chance to say hello to the guests and introduce yourself.
Okay, thank you so much for the opportunity. My name is Lina Njoki. I'm from Thika, and I'm very happy for the invitation and to be with Tante Africa.
Thank you so much. I also feel happy that when I called you, you were ready to share the story, because this is something I want people outside there to know, that some of the things we go through, these are things that somebody else has gone through and somebody else has endured. So my story with my friend Lina, it's all about being cheated by the agent. I'm very sure we've seen so many stories outside there. Our girls crying in Saudi Arabia, our girls crying in Libya, saying that I was cheated by an agent, and that's why I decided to come and tell you it can happen to you. So when you see them crying out there, don't be harsh to them. Try and help if you can, and if you cannot, just give a shoulder to lean on. So Lina,
Yes.
Here we are. We are on. We meet at Nairobi on our way looking for visa to go to
France.
So maybe you can explain a little bit. Where were you going? Where were you going? Or maybe you start by saying where were you born, so that people may know exactly who is Lina.
Okay, I was born and raised in Thika.
Okay.
So actually the same place as you.
Yeah.
I went to school at Thika Primary School. Then I moved to Loreto High School in Kiambu. And then I went to Amboseli Institute of, Amboseli College. It's in Thika as well. So I decided, after my college, I decided, you know, the way Kenya it is, it's not easy getting a job. And so I decided it's the high time I moved out of Kenya to go for, we call it greener pastures, actually.
Exactly.
So I decided to go for these greener pastures, and I was aiming to go to France or any other country. So long as I'm done with Kenya, any other country was a tick for me. So actually, I don't remember how I met John, but I'm sure it's through my mom, my mom's friend.
Yeah, he
So
was called John. You even
John.
remember the name?
The agent's name was John,
Yes.
and I even remember the office. It was somewhere in Nairobi in a building called Church House. Because when I visited Kenya that year, I had gone to look for him. I had decided if I see him, only God knows. But then when I went there, I was told, hey, alihama kitambo. So I believe
they keep on
they keep
moving the
Yes.
offices. If they do a scandal, they move from here to the other one.
Yes.
And so you went looking for him.
So that friend introduced us to John. So we went to John, now the agent. He told us the formalities on, what to do so that you can go to France. I remember we even went to college. You remember that?
Yeah, we went.
To learn French, because we understood if you wanted to go and work in France, you have to learn French. So we went and did French in college. And then we started application of, on the application of the visa and how to relocate to France. So it was a process, because I remember it took like 2 years, 2 years and something, yeah. Even we thought this guy is cheating us, but we still waited.
Yeah, because I remember when you were applying for this to go to France, there are things that you are being given. I remember I also did driving, because we were told the first thing you need to learn the language and driving. Yes. Which I also did. And so I remember our circumstance, we met the last day. Actually, I think the last day, and then we were given visas the same day. We met before? Or?
We met we only met one time.
Yes.
And that was before we got the flight tickets.
Yeah.
So we briefly met. I don't remember where, but we met at least one time before we flew out together.
Yeah.
So we talked and the story was similar.
Yeah.
So we went and now we were waiting for the flights, excited and telling everybody we are flying out.
We are going to France.
So that day I remember we didn't even know when, the exact day of flying. Because he never used to tell us.
Yeah, that is a trick this agent used.
Yeah.
Because I remember they kept telling us, you have to stay ready.
Yes,
all the time.
anytime.
Anytime you can be called and you go. And I had already shopped for my bag in Isili. All my clothes were already there. And so we were just waiting for this flight to go to France. So, and the day came.
Yes. So we met at the, okay, he called us.
Yeah.
He told us by 4 p.m., I remember 4 or 5, we are supposed to be at the airport.
Guys, you can imagine you're called in the morning and you're told you have to come to Nairobi, you pick your ticket, and 4 o'clock, you're leaving. So you can imagine that, you know, the situation they try, because they try, you have a situation where you don't have to think. You don't need to reason too much because they have your passport and you've been waiting for long. So you're called early in the morning and you're told your visa is ready. You don't even have the chance to ask going where. I didn't ask.
We didn't even know.
Because
actually.
we were going to France and that was our destination. So I met Lina at 9 o'clock in Nairobi, and good because we both came from Thika. So we went, picked our ticket, and then?
So just to remind the audience, by the time we got the tickets, we didn't even know. We were thinking the ticket is to France.
Yeah.
But shock on us, we were going to Dubai. This is an unplanned trip to Dubai.
Connection.
Yes.
So they use this trick. You get these tickets, and then you're told you're still heading to France, your destination, but you have a stopover in Dubai. So you see now you've been landed. But before you have this, and actually they use that to most of those people that have never traveled again. So if you're told connection, do you know even connection kama mtu shuka ndege or where do you stay? So we didn't know. And so there we go.
So at the airport, we got our documents, everything ready, checked in. And then we went up, we took Ethiopian Airlines. I'll never forget.
You have a great memory.
So we were so excited. I wish everybody saw us. We were very, very excited. First time in an aeroplane.
Yeah.
We are from Thika. We had so many problems growing up. You know what it is to board a flight. Eh?
Yeah.
So we were very excited. So
How did you the whole family of your family, because we didn't have too much time so that we can be escorted. How did you go? Me, I had a full Nissan with with banana trees. You know, my mom was very well arranged. As she was called, I came and I found, you know, I just arrived in the house from Nairobi and my bags were already in the Nissan. The Nissan was already there so that I may not miss this chance. With the banana trees, and I was taken to the airport. How was your situation when you left your family?
As we were only 4 of us, I remember I took my mom and dad and another auntie and uncle. So we were only 5 of us.
You can imagine. Me, I had a full squad, full Nissan. My mom is a very good organizer. The whole village has to see her daughter going to France. What do you expect? Respect that lady.
And by the way, you remember I was late. You went there very early.
Yeah, I'm telling you, by the time I came from Nairobi, so we were called by the agent, our tickets and flight, everything is ready. So I have to go pick them. So I left my mom and now she started organizing. So by the time I'm landing again in Thika, the people were already inside. I remember I was taking the bath when the whole village was already seated kwa ako kanisa, who is to go, who is not to go. So me, I had no chance to say even goodbye to my friends. It was coming, taking a shower, putting on new clothes because I'm going now. She had even bought new clothes, going to Maju. And there we go, full Nissan singing the glories here, and we've seen the wonders of God. So you left with 4 people, and then we met at the airport.
We were only 5 people, yeah. Then we met at the airport. I checked in. I think I was the last person.
Exactly.
Because I remember I had an issue because of getting late. They were like, the flight is already... So I was luckily they got me in. So I was like the last person. There was even announcement looking
I remember,
for me.
Yeah.
okay, so here we go, up, we boarded, and ready to fly out. So we met and started talking. We were so excited, you remember, even talking how if we reach there, what we are going to do,
To change our
what we
family
will,
lives.
how we will change our family, how we will
And
bring
then we
our
had
friends.
this number. You remember we were written a small number
Yes,
for the person we are, the impromptu agent that we were supposed to meet. He's also going to share his story and with here. So we landed in Dubai.
Okay, so
Stopover.
yeah, so we landed in Dubai, and we were actually to change flights. But after landing, we realized it is our final destination. So we were like, we are in Dubai, but we have this number of someone karaoke. We thought now this is an agent. Connecting with the agent in Kenya. And we were told, remember, he's going to give us accommodation, a place to stay. He's going to give us a job. Our jobs were ready. We were to go to report to work the next morning. So we landed in Dubai. Then we took our bags. Unfortunately, my bag was missing. My bag went missing, I think, until after 2
weeks. So when we landed in Dubai, then her problems again start. My bag is there.
My bag went missing.
And again, so she cannot even share the clothes with me. Her size, my size, me, I was a small girl. And her, she was, you know, she was big. And so we waited, and your bag, we were told it was left, it was in Ethiopia or somewhere?
Yeah, it was left in, no. It went to Ethiopia. Instead of passing through Dubai, it went to Ethiopia. But I think it's because I got late.
Yeah.
So they didn't actually know my destination.
Exactly.
So we went to police. We saw some police in the airport.
Exactly.
We spoke to them. One thing I liked about her, she's that person who will, I was bigger. If you look at me, I'm big even in body, but she's a small girl, but she used to tell me things that I was even thinking, is she my mom? She used to guide me in a way that I was even thinking, am I a daft or something? So she told me, I can see police, wait, goja nikuje. So she went to the police and she was explaining, and I'm like, I'm standing here, the bag is mine. But this lady is speaking to the police. You see how sharp she is. So I was like, yeah, we have a good team. So she spoke to the police. Police told us, go to one car office. There was a lost and found office. We still went there. We wrote, it's like a statement, how the bag got lost, our contact details, and like that. And they said they will contact us if something is available. So we went and sat somewhere now, waiting for this agent, so-called agent, to come and pick us from the airport. Because we were told when you reach at the airport, you will get a personal driver to get you from the airport to your place of destination. So she borrowed a phone from one person.
Me, I was chap. Me, I was ready to start life there. You know, I thought that is,
So she got a phone. She got someone on the way. She asked for the phone. Remember, we had that number in one of the papers. So she called, and the person said, I'm coming. Give me a few minutes. I'm coming. And then he directed us to a point of exit where we will stand so he can come and pick us from there. You remember when we came out of the airport, Dubai, it's too hot, it is hot.
It is more than hot. So she's so worried. Me, I'm starting life, and she's worried now. She has lost a bag, and me, I'm here now. I'm ready. Me, I'm ready. So we get out of the airport, and the heat, it's like fire. So we were shocked because we didn't know what is that. And I told her, turudi kuna moto. So we went back, and I'm the one with the bag. And then we had these taxi guys. They noticed us, and they said, welcome to Dubai. And we were, are we in Dubai?
Are we in Dubai?
So we were like, huh? And so the reason I want Lina and me to share our story is because we want to tell you people, it can really happen to you innocently. These girls, you see them crying kwa internet. Sijui I was to go to another country and I landed in Saudi Arabia. I didn't want to go to job a house girl. I was told I'm going to be a house manager or something like that. You know, they put tricky words. And so here I am. I've called the guy. And so simi nimefika majuu. So I'm expecting the guy to land there with a great jeep. Yani gari ya nguvu. So here we are. We are waiting for our agent, and the number we were given, we've called, and he said, you wait for me outside there. And now we are looking for so many cars in Dubai. That is an Arab country. They drive big machines, you know. So as the cars kept on coming, and I was assuming ile gari huyu jamaa anatukujia nayo huyo agent lazima awe ni agent ameomoka. So we waited. Hey, the cars kept coming, and then what happened, my dear?
Shook on us, waiting for the car. Tukaona mtu mguu ametuangalia. Because I think even him, he had an idea. Actually, we looked like ushaona mtu ametoka ushago, ameangushwa katikati ya town. Tunaangalia tu, tuko hivi. So I think he as well had an idea. Maybe ni hawa. So he said hi. And then Patricia was like, karaoke? Tukasema yes, karaoke. So we started the story. We are here. This is Lina. This is Patricia. We've been sent by John, an agent in Kenya,
to our agent
in Dubai. So he told us, okay. He started, actually he asked, who is John?
Yeah, he asked, who's
John?
John?
Then we got a shock. John is our agent in Dubai, in Kenya, and he's the one who gave us your number, and he told us to come looking for you. So we started a short discussion because the guy looked like he's lost. What are you guys talking about? Then he said, instead of standing here and we are tired, wacheni niwapeleke kwangu, we'll take it from there.
We walked to the bus station.
We took
and
a train.
Me, I was like, yani huyu mtu wako majuu na hajai nunua gari. Ile kazi nitachapa huku mimi gari nina mwezi moja. Wacha tena. So we followed the guy, and I would like you hear the other story of that guy. And so Lina, out of this story, what did you learn actually? What did you learn? You know the lifestyle of Dubai, and what did you learn? And maybe we can encourage those people, because Dubai is not that easy. When you land in Dubai, we are talking of Dubai because that is where we landed. So after we came to learn that we are not going to any France, so we decided to take things at hand and we maneuver our way there. So there's this life in Dubai. When you go, you have to, what they call tamacking. You have to look for a job. You start new, you write your CVs, and you do everything. And within these 3 months, that is the rule of Dubai, you have to have gotten a job. If you don't get a job, you have to exit the country. So here we are, we have to start from zero, the sun. Now the France has disappeared, and we decided, unasikia akisema ati I was like a mother. She was somehow lazy. And me, I was saying that she's sleeping. I'm like, you know, we were supposed to, because people move in groups. You know, because you don't know where to go. So you mnashikana, like 6 people, you move with groups. Mnaenda, you drop your CVs. So most of the time we plan in the evening. We've done all the CVs, and we know early in the morning we have to wake up. By the time, because you have to wake up early, because by 12, 11, you cannot walk outside. It's too hot. So the earlier you do it, the better for you, because the sun is not that hot. So we planned, Madam, usingizi. Hey, motherly discipline inaingilia hapo. Hey, you Lina, you want to disappoint your parents and everything. And so some of the time she started, I think you even moved from where we were staying. Akanipotelea. But you know, sometimes it is not, and it didn't go well with us, because after the 3 months, we didn't have a job. We didn't have the job. That means you have to go back again to your country. And if you don't get, because according to the Dubai rules, hakuna kujificha. Because the time, ukijificha, you have to wait for Ramadan time. During Ramadan, they allow people who stay black to, inaitagwa amnesty, or what did they call it? You go to the police and say, here I am, I've been doing wrong and I want to go back home. So during that time, they allow you to go home. But this is so tricky because it is again during this time that there are so many job opportunities. So again, you can't leave at that time because you still want to try. And if you miss that and they catch you, you have to go for a jail term. They don't get you and deport you. You get into a jail term, and then after you finish, they deport you, and then you get a stamp that how many months do you have to stay before you re-enter again in Dubai?
6 months.
6 months. So you get a penalty that after 6 months you don't want to. So we are sharing this so that the parents who are outside there, sometimes when you send your child there, you don't know the situation out there. I remember when I called my mom and I told her that my 3 months are over and I need to come back. You know, parent, mzazi ni mzazi. Si amekupeleka majuu. With Nissan umezindikishwa, and my mom was like, we, kaa huko ungangane. And I'm like, where? Sasa nakaa wapi? Jifichanishe, nasikiaga watu wanakulaga passport. We, kula yako. Namuliza, where do I eat? How will I exit? And she was lucky because she had a brother in England. So you got the money before me for the exit. And this exit, you have to pay again a ticket. You exit the country. You go to the neighboring country, either Iran, Muscat, or I don't know other countries. So you stay there in a place called No Man's Land. So you go, it is airport, you sleep there. So when you're there, nobody can ask you. Until they do your visa, and you're called by the people, they tell you your visa is ready because you already have the ticket with you. You exit and come and start again. So she went before me, and I was like, now I had 3 days to go back to Kenya. You calling that madam called Wamogo telling her, I have 3 days. And she tells you, here you are not landing. I hear people when they don't succeed in Europe, they go to Mombasa. Do I even have a relative in Mombasa? So we stayed there, and she got her visa, and she came back, and by good luck, to cut the story short, when she got the visa, I also got somebody, a Kenyan guy. You remember that guy came and we told her we were hungry, and he gave us
500.
500 Kenyan shilling, yeah?
No, 500 dirhams. It
Dirhams.
was a lot of money.
It was a lot of money that we had not seen. We went eating chicken there. We had like, and before I tell, yeah, we didn't have money. And the guy came, he was an engineer there. And so he has gotten money from the brother in UK. Here I am, Wamboi, trying to convince my mother I have to come back home. But God sent an angel. The guy who gave us 500, he doesn't know me. He was in Thika, but he knows one of my craziest brother. So I tried to introduce myself. He said, I don't know you. And I said, I remembered my brother is well known in Thika. Of bad or good things he's known. And I said, that is my brother. And he said, I know your brother very well. So I gave him my story, and he said, I'm going to give you this money. And I'm giving you this money, you go for your visa change by 2 conditions. You pay my money back, ama uninyang'anye. Simple. I will never follow you, but I'll give you that money. You go for your visa change so that you don't go to Kenya. And I went and I slept in the airport in a no man's land 2 days. And then my visa was out, and we started back again to the lifetime. And when we came back, sometimes God is he tests us so much. Do you imagine, after going for the visa change, I get another 3 months. Can you imagine I came and I got a job within 3 days? The 3 days I had for the visa before. They went out, went for the visa change. I came with a new visa, 3 months, and after 3 days I got a new job. I was asking God, why did you have to wait for this long? So you could have given me this job. But that is how God works, because he wants us to have a testimony. So Lina, before I let you go, talk to my audience. Talk to that parent who is sending their children away from home. It doesn't matter Dubai, Europe, or anywhere. What would you tell them? And those agents who do such a bad job.
Actually, just to reflect, a while back, I used to watch these things in TV. Like, you remember there's a time there was these issues of Saudi, fake agents. And I used to wonder, how can someone be conned? How can it happen? And then one day I'm in, you know? So what I would like to say, those people who do like that, it's really a very bad thing.
Yeah.
That money will not even help them in any way. I remember later on asking about John. Somebody told me from where they were in that office, somebody told us that he's now a very poor person. He was just, I mean, he's a miserable man. So maybe that is the reason why he was doing other people the same thing, because maybe he wanted everyone to be miserable like him. What I would like to say is that there is always, what in Jeremiah 29:11, I really love that verse. Oh, okay, I didn't even know it's here. God has plans for everyone, every one of us. Like you wake up and say, tomorrow I want to be this and this person, but God knows that you're not going to become that person you want tomorrow. It might take 1 month, 2 days, 24 hours, but eventually God fulfills. If you look at me and Patricia, I can say there is God. It was really a long journey. Our mother struggled. I remember paying, it was 100 or 200? 200,000. I remember my mom struggling to get this money, borrowing from all over, you know. And it took me, I think, 1 year to repay that money, because I had said if I get a job, that is, I will repay that money.
Yeah.
And it took me a very long time to pay this money. We always say we are going to look for greener pastures, but I would like the audience to know it is not really that green.
Yeah.
It really takes time for you to become who you really want in that place. You struggle.
And the grass is always green when you keep watering it.
Yes.
So you cannot send me somewhere and expect, you know, you send your daughter somewhere, your son, and expect aende akute things are like that. And actually, maybe for the parents who are out there and you don't know how much one earns in a Dubai, the utmost, I think it's 20,000 Kenyan shilling or 30. Right now, it is 30,000 Kenyan shilling. You're given accommodation, you're given food, you're given transport. At the end of it, you have like 30,000. But when your parents go to the agent, they are being told 70,000, 80,000. So your parents go expecting that you'll be sending home maybe 50, you'll be left with 20. But when you reach there, there's so many deductions, because you're given accommodation, you're given food, breakfast, lunch, and supper, and coffee time, and then dinner. So be careful. Don't stress your kid when they go outside. Give them time, because the grass is always greener when it is watered. That was Patricia with my guest, Lina. Thank you so much, Lina. And now let us give the chance to the agent that we met in Dubai. Welcome.